Okay, today we are opening up some MREs. These two boxes, one is menu A, as you can see over here, and it's menus from 1 through 12, and this one is case B, menus 13 through 14. What that means simply is that there's 12 different MREs here, 12 different entries, and 12 in this other box, in the B box. What we are checking for, and the reason why I'm beginning to use these, is that from the date that they manufacture, they put a date over here which is 2/19. That means that it's February 2019. So that's 3 years after they were manufactured. Now, MREs can have like a shelf life of 5 years, but at 3 years you should check them depending on where you store them. So in this case, I had them stored in a nice cool place. I don't think the temperature ever went over 80. And as you can see by this little circle here, let me see if I can bring it closer. This little circle has a dark circle with a lighter center. That means that as long as that MRE box, the center circle is lighter than the outer circle, that means that these MREs have not been exposed to high temperatures or unusual humidity or anything that may damage the contents. So as long as that inner circle is lighter than the outer, that's a good sign. The MREs are different from freeze-dried food is that even though they're packed in plastic and Mylar bags, these meals are fully cooked and they have the water content and everything. High protein. This is not health food. This is to sustain soldiers out in a battlefield. So don't think you're going to go on a diet with this kind of food. This has a lot of protein and a lot of fat and a lot of energy. So anyway, because of that, they don't recommend them for the longer shelf life. They will deteriorate over time. Freeze-dried food, you can put them away for 25 or 30 years and they'll be good as long as the Mylar bag is intact. Same thing with this one. I'm going to open these boxes, check the meals. If I see one that's bloated, that the plastic bag is bloated, that's no good. If one of them bags has a little tear, that's no good. First one out of the bag is menu number 2, vegetable crumbles with pasta and taco style sauce. Check that out. Here are the contents of one box. Number 1, chili with beans. 2, beef shredded in barbecue sauce. Chicken noodles and vegetable and sauce. Spaghetti with beef and sauce. Chicken chunks with white cooked. beef taco, brisket entree, meatballs in marinara sauce. This one is beef stew. This one is chili and macaroni. Vegetable crumbles and pasta and taco sauce. And number 12 is elbow macaroni and tomato sauce. And each one at the bottom it says Warfighters recommended, Warfighter tested, Warfighter approved. So there you have it, people. It's Warfighter approved. All right, so now first thing we're going to do, since these are past February 2019, is you want to check that the bag is the integrity of the bag. And as you can see, this one is well sealed and there's no problem with it. So let's open it up. You don't want to throw away the bag if you're out in the field. It may come in handy. First thing we have here is crackers, vegetables, and it's vacuum packed. And we have a bag for mixing the beverage. It's graduated so you know how much you're making. Then you have a little bag of accessories. Looks like the toilet paper, matches, some chewing gum, and some cleaning cloth, salt and pepper and sugar. This here is where you heat up your meal. This one, you put your main entree in here, and a little bit of water, and it creates a chemical reaction to heat up your meal without any flames or fire or smoke. This looks like a crushed pepper for whatever is in here. And here we have cheese spread with jalapenos. I heard this was very good from somebody else. We have some Skittles. That's your dessert. You have a nice spoon with a long handle so you can dig in there. And this is MRE fat-free lemon poppy seed compound pound cake. It's pound cake with lemon poppy seed. And this here is an orange beverage powder. It has carbohydrate, electrolyte, beverage powder. That's when you're sweating a lot, you're going to need this. Oh, wonderful. Turkey nuggets. I wonder what that's going to be like. And this is some kind of paste. And this must be the main meal. Chili and macaroni, that's in here. So this is what you would heat up inside and have that chemical reaction take place. Then you have like a sleeve to slip this in, and and that way you can handle it after it's heated. There you have it. Again, I wouldn't throw these away. You can use it for garbage or even to get some water. It's a thick plastic, and you can actually scoop water from the stream and then purify it. Here are all the contents in one of these bags. And this will sustain a soldier one a day with a lot of protein and a lot of calories out in the field. But you have to eat the whole thing to get the full benefit of it. You can't just eat some of it and get rid of it if you're out in an environment where that's the only food that you have. Alright, so now we're gonna take this MRE. This is the chili and macaroni. I'm gonna knead it a little bit like this, make sure that it gets all mixed real good. Once I have it mixed in real good, I'm gonna open the heater bag on top. They have some cut lines, and I'm going to insert my MRE inside, but not all the way to the bottom initially. Now, you can see a lighter portion. That's the actual heater. I'm going to put my MRE above it. Try to work it in there to go above the actual heating pad. And once I have it in, I'm going to make sure that they both are not all the way in. If you notice, I came down to about here, because I'm going to pour water in between these two lines. So in the meantime, I don't want the heater pad to mix with the water yet and start the chemical reaction. So I got them about down to here, right across here. Once I put in the water, I'm going to fold the flap so that the water stays in there. Then I'm going to assemble this holder and let it rest for 10-15 minutes while I eat some of the other stuff. So let's check that out. Alright, so remembering to hold the bag up, I'm going to fill with water at the bottom to about between these two lines that are shown over here. I have the water more or less between the lines. Then I drop it so that the MRE and the heating element are inside. Fold it over like that. Now I'm going to take this sleeve, the sleeve like that. Now I'm going to take this whole unit and try to slip it in here. Now I'm going to rest it against something. I'm going to use this to hold it upright. There we go. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see that it's resting on somebody. It could be a rock or anything. And I'm going to set this aside and let it go for about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to mix the orange drink. And this is supposed to replace your electrolytes that you use during the day. It says to add 12 ounces of water. Let's pour this in here. There you go, a nice full glass of, looks like Tang. And it tastes like Tang somewhat, maybe a little bit watery, but the idea is to hydrate yourself and replace the electrolytes. In the flavor, it's like drinking a watered down orange juice, but it still tastes good. And I'm sure that in the field it will taste great. Now I'm going to open this accessory package. I have it ready when the main meal is fully heated. Let's see. Should be it. There we go. Let's see what we have in here. So right now we have toilet tissue. This thing was as good as legal tender in Vietnam sometimes when there was no paper around. Whoever had these had the money. This here is, what is this? Oh, this is coffee, instant coffee. You can heat up water, pour this in, and you got yourself some coffee. And you can actually use this bag to put it in with the heater, and that way you have hot coffee. You have some sugar, regular sugar. And this here is creamer for your coffee. Iodized salt. Then before I showed you the crushed pepper, that's to add flavor to whatever the meal is. And here you have some matches, little book of matches. So that's what comes in the accessory package. With, after your meal, you have some gum, like they look like chiclets, and you have a moist towelette for whatever you may need that. It could be your hands, your face, or somewhere else. That's what's in here. And you put the bag with the rest of the trash, so we can dispose it all at once. Here we go with the crackers. Let's open this up. It's a little piece in there. I'm gonna try this little piece. You know what? I'm a little bit surprised. I was expecting something worse. It tastes like a regular crackers. Let's try it with some of this cheese bread, jalapeno cheese bread. So I'm gonna open this up a little bit. See if I can tear it open. Just a little corner. And I'm going to take a little bit of this cracker. It kind of breaks apart. Nice and crispy. And we're going to put some cheese spread. There you go. Not bad at all. With a little bit of orange. I can see this is pretty good. So this here turns out to be pretty good. You can, the jalapeno, you can taste it not right off the bat. It tastes just like a cheese spread, but then the jalapeno kicks in and you can feel the heat. And it's very flavorful. Now let's try this pound cake. Doesn't look very promising, but I was surprised by the crackers, so why shouldn't I be surprised by this? Kind of breaks apart. Again, I'm pleasantly surprised. It has a very good flavor, nice and lemony. It tastes fresh, like if you went to the store and bought one of those individually wrapped piece of cake. This is pretty good. I like it. Okay, so far I've been surprised that everything that didn't look very appetizing on the outside turns out that it's very tasty. This one is turkey nuggets. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, here's the turkey nuggets. They actually look like a little animal turd. But let's see what it tastes like. It smells smoky. A lot of flavor, chewy. It's like a beef jerky, except made out of turkey. Not bad. Actually good. All right, now it's time to take the main meal out of the bag, out of the heater bag. It says to cut over here so you can access the food better. Alright, so I tore the top off like it said in the instructions. I'm gonna grab this main meal pouch out. Place this over here so the water won't spill. Now we got this open. It's a little notched the long way, so I'm gonna put the food to the bottom. Use this. Get it started. And that looks like chili macaroni. You can actually eat it out of the bag if you wanted to, but I'm civilized. Looks okay, but the proof is in the pudding, so let's see what it tastes like. Not bad, however, maybe I waited too long. It doesn't seem to be as warm as I thought it would be, but it tastes good. And if you want a little crushed pepper, you can put a little bit of it. Let's see. You know, for being out in the field, this this would be an excellent meal. Not the greatest flavor, but it is flavorful. And I wouldn't mind having this in an emergency situation. Oh, I can feel the red pepper now. Okay, folks, so there you have it. Macaroni and chili. Not as good as I thought it would be, but it's not bad. The turkey nuggets, nice and chewy, something to save for when you're on the trail. The cake, the pound cake was very good. The crackers with the cheese spread was also very good, surprisingly good. The drink, like orange tang, but on the watery side. But the whole idea behind these drinks is to rehydrate and replace your electrolytes lost during hot days. You have some Skittles for dessert. You have your coffee, which I'm going to pass on. It's instant coffee, and I understand it's good instant coffee. Okay. And you have the salt, sugar, creamer, some matches, and the little bit of toilet tissue, and some gum that looks like chiclets, and if they are like chiclets, they're going to have a minty flavor. So all in all, everything is good. I'm going to dispose of the water, and the heat bag is still a little bit warm. I'm going to dispose of this. Do not save it and try to reuse it. It's not good. And I'm going to take all my trash from the different packets, and I'm going to put it inside the big bag and dispose of it appropriately. Or I can actually save that bag if I were out in the field and needed some water. I can use it as a pouch to get water out of a stream or something along those lines. Here's everything in here, and that's it. There are 12 meals in a box, and then in box number 2 there's 12 different meals. When I open another one, I'll show that to you.